in an effort to quell the rebellion in the South, an English fleet of 9 ships commanded by Commodore Sir Peter Parker sailed into the harbor. Now that was England's pride and joy. That fleet had never been defeated. They got into the harbor, got into formation, about 400 yards off of the fort. Then they opened up fire. After their first volley, while reloading their cannons, they heard laughter coming from inside of the fort. That's because the spongy palmetto logs in the sand had either absorbed the cannonballs, bounced them off, or stopped them. Their attack did very little damage. Now some of the soldiers inside of the fort then ran outside, and we had the first documented case of recycling. They picked up some of those British cannonballs. They cleaned them up, put them in their cannons, fired them right back. That infuriated Sir Peter Parker. I'm an arrogant fellow. So he ordered all of his ships to sail in closer so that their cannons would have an effect. And they all got stuck on sandbars. And they sat there for 9 hours while they got bombarded by the little palmetto log fort, until the tide came back in enough for what was left of that fleet to float and sail out of here. When word of the successful defense of the fort and how it was defended reached the colonies, gave the rebels new hope in their quest for independence. If anyone can tell me where the crescent in the state flag comes from, I'll give you a beverage or a snack. If you give me the correct pronunciation, I'll give you a beverage and a snack. This young lady up front knows what it is, but not how to say it or what it's called. I'm gonna give it to her anyway. I'm a nice guy. This is the last tour. I get to go home and we'll get back to the town. She can go see Alex. She'll take care of you back there. Snack bar. A gorget. This is a piece of armament that they wore around their collarbones, throat area. A lot of people say it was an emblem on their hats, shoulder boards, and the moon. None of that. Areas. They're all now built up off the ground. Between 12 and 16 feet, depending on what part of the area you live in. So all of these homes are built of columns, piers now. Same as the bridge that connected, at that time, Isle of Palms and Sullivan's Island to the town of Mount Pleasant. That's the Ben Sawyer Memorial Swing Bridge. Unlike most bridges, like drawbridges, that open up and down in the middle, this one rotates in the center, like a top or a turret. Hugo broke the locking pins underneath. Now we got Ann up here driving with us right now. Ann's only had 1 beer, but you notice we're starting to drive like zigzags. So Ann is a lightweight, a cheap date.
I want my haircut like yours. Sure? Yeah, sure.
See what I can do when I get back.
Yeah?
Well, can't put him in there.
I tried the perm. I was thinking about the perm back when I was in my late teens. I was thinking perm all the way. Wow. Oh boy. entertain yourself a little on the ride? Why not? Right? Come on. I'm here to have a little fun. There we go. We can take part now. Just say half hour.
He's coming up here to do some donuts. You wouldn't want to be down here on that boat, on the salt shaker boat. You wouldn't want to be down here.
They're all done with. Yeah.
That must be great.
The waves are pretty cool though. The waves.
He's out there early. It's glass there.
Right, we're gonna take pictures of you guys. Yeah, well, we'll check it out. If you wanna take one, just let us know. We'll file one.
You got touching it. You're gonna lose it.
Off to our right, a little bit behind us now, you'll see some shrimp boats back over here. That's the entrance to Shem Creek, about a mile away. That's where the town of Mount Pleasant got the name from, the plantation that was there owned by Jacob Mott. Now there's no plantation there or anywhere around there now. That's home to commercial along Shem Creek as well, from the bridge all the way to this edge. There are restaurants on both sides of Shem Creek, great place for happy hour and stuff. Paddleboarding, kayaking, fishing charters, all kinds of stuff to do over there. Then off to our right, we're getting closer to Patriots Point, the Naval Museum there. This wasn't always called Patriots Point. Originally, this was Hog Island, like a pig. That was not an appropriate name for the Naval Maritime Museum they were going to put there. So council came up with Patriots Point, which is a much better name. We have 3 ships here. We have a destroyer, which is the USS Laffey, the DD-724. That was built at Bath Iron Works in Maine. It was commissioned February 1944. It served until it was decommissioned March 1975. The Laffey bombed Utah Beach, Normandy, on D-Day. It was then reassigned to the Pacific. And on April 16, 1945, while supporting the invasion of Okinawa, was surrounded by 50 Japanese planes. Took direct hit from 3 bombs and 5 kamikazes. Not only did the captain and the crew keep that ship afloat, they kept it in the fight. All kinds of sodium derivatives. It changes the density of the water, helps them separate their catch from the bycatch, also aids in the flash freezing process. If some of y'all have had shrimp at a restaurant before, it tastes a real iodine or sodium aftertaste. That's where those come from. It's a freezer boat shrimp. Friends don't let friends eat freezer boat shrimp. If you'd like to try the world's best shrimp, ask the restaurants in the area for fresh local shrimp. Not only does that help support fish and shrimp from here, but they really are that good. Some of my favorites in the area, out on Isle of Palms, you have Acme, Low Country Kitchen. They buy 3,000 or 4,000 pounds of shrimp at one time out there. Just off of Shem Creek, there's a restaurant called The Wreck. And out on James Island, there's one called Bowen's Island, B-O-W-E-N-S. In my opinion, that's the best in the area. That's on the bucket list of restaurants in the country. It's a dive, a hole in the wall, around the tables, on the walls, but everything there is fresh. They're closed Sundays and Mondays, but they're open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Shem Creek's a great place to enjoy an afternoon or an evening. Some of the best sunsets in the area come from there. That's because you have the city of Charleston as the backdrop during the sunsets. Crab Bank National Bird Sanctuary is over there just off Shem Creek. They built a nice boardwalk that goes on there. There's a diesel electric submarine here. That's the USS Clamagore, the SS 343. Built at the Electric Boat Company in Groton, Connecticut. Commissioned June 1945. Decommissioned June 1975. Never participated in World War II, yet played an important role in the Cuban Missile Crisis. Stationed in Charleston, also in Key West. Sent out routine patrols down in around Cuba, also involved in the blockade. It's got quite a bit of damage to it now. They're not going to put any more money into the submarine. They're going to drag it out of here in the near future. And it's going to become an artificial reef, either off of Charleston or off of Key West. That is yet to be decided. The aircraft carrier is the USS Yorktown, CV-10. It's known as the Fighting Lady. Built at Newport News Shipbuilding in Virginia. It's commissioned April 1943. Decommissioned June 1970. Yorktown is 888 feet long, 93 feet wide, has a draft of 30 feet, cruise speeds over 30 knots, can carry up to 3,000 men, 90 aircraft. Converted in the 50s to handle jet airplanes. That's what you're going to see on the flight deck, mostly jets. They have a young man up front here, has a nice bright orange hat on. He's up there trying to point out which one of those aircraft is his. That A3 up there. I'd like to say thank you for your service. Appreciate what you did for us. They have some of the original propeller-driven aircraft inside in the hangar deck. Yorktown earned 11 battle stars in World War II, 5 more battle stars in Vietnam. This is not the original carrier Yorktown. The original, the CV-5, was sunk June 7th, 1942 at the Battle of Midway. This one was so close to being complete, they decided to rename it the Yorktown in honor of the original and the men who fought and served aboard it. This one's in the movie Tora, Tora, Tora. And it played on both sides. So one side of the ship was painted Japanese naval lettering and numbering. The other side was the United States. Also involved in the recovery of the Apollo 8 space. Ahead of us is the Arthur Ravenel Jr. Bridge, named after the former congressman of South Carolina. He was very much responsible for getting the funding together to build the bridge. The original budget was $780 million. They finished it for $630 million. 2.4 miles long, 8 lanes wide, can handle 85,000 cars, trucks, and buses a day. It also has a 12-foot wide bicycle pedestrian path on this side. Underneath the bridge is 186 feet at high tide. The rock islands at the base of the towers each cover 5. That is the fastest container terminal in the country. Second fastest in the world, second to Singapore. These guys are very good at what they do there. Most container terminals average 30 moves